Hey, what's going on everyone? Fishing with Alex here with you. Super excited today to announce that I'm going to be partnering up with KastKing to bring you all some new videos. Now my main goal is to help you all go out there and catch some more fish. I want to take you along on my adventures of fishing and show you the gear, the techniques, and the tackle that I use to catch those fish. I've been fishing since I was a kid, but the last couple years since I got out of the military, I've really been trying to hone in my skills and become a better angler. I want to take you guys on the water, whether that be bank fishing, fishing from a kayak, or fishing from the John boat, and share those experiences with you guys. I can't wait to bring you guys some fun and exciting videos to keep those lines tight and to keep fishing fun. Make sure if you guys haven't to hit that subscribe below, and you guys can check out my channel, Fishing with Alex. I hope you guys have a great one. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, there we go. That's a good bass. There we go, guys. Alright guys, the lipless crankbait. This is a hot item on the market, and it has been for a long time. And the reason why is that it's a true fish catcher. Over the last few months I've been gaining a lot of confidence on it and been catching some good quality fish. I just actually caught my PB about a month ago. It's a 6-pounder on a lipless crankbait right off the bank. As far as picking your colors on this, I would say for those clearer waters, you're going to want to go a little bit more natural. And for those darker waters or stained waters, you're going to want to go with something a little bit more bold. But my biggest tip is to just match the hatch in your area of your local fisheries, of what bait fish are in that area and what forage they have. Rod and reel combo that I like to use, I have right now a 7'2" medium power rod with a fast action tip. What that allows for me is to have a little give when I get that bite, but it has plenty of backbone and sensitivity to back that up. And I have that paired up right now with a KastKing Spartacus Plus, which is a 6.3-to-1 gear ratio. I think that's about a perfect gear ratio for me to keep that bait moving through the water. I can work it a little bit quicker, and I can also slow it down, and I feel like that's a good middle range to work that bait. Like I said, I'm going to be taking the boat out here in a few minutes. I'm going to get everything packed up, go pick up my buddy, and we're going to hit the water. Alright guys, we just got out here, first spot. Got that Booyah 1 knocker tied on, or hard knocker I should say. And we're just going to start out beating up these banks over here, looking for any structure, trying to locate some under the water grass mats in areas where those fish are going to be. One of the great things about the lipless crankbait is you can use it to hunt those fish quickly and cover a lot of water, and it's what a lot of people refer to as a search bait, moving bait. Just casting, retrieving it back pretty quickly, adding some little pops in. A lot of times you'll get that reaction strike on those pops. Show you guys a couple different retrieves and how I like to work this bait, just in different conditions and different depths on where these fish might be. Alright guys, we're going to be working the shallows up here for a bit, and then we're going to work our way a little bit deeper, just see if we can't figure out where these fish are. And if we can get on a pattern, you know, we'll stay where we're at and either work deep or shallow. Felt like we were in a good spot starting out here, because the way the wind's coming in right now, it's going to be kind of beating up on this bank over here, so those bait fish should be pushed up a little bit shallower and up along the shoreline. So that's always a good spot to start, is on those wind-blown banks. There we go, guys. First fish on. The way you set that hook is you just sweep into it on this. It's not like you're hook setting with a single hook. You let the trebles do the work. Just keep the pressure against. There we go. Nice one there, buddy. There we go, guys. About 5 minutes in out here.
Straight up boat flipping.
All right.
got the top end. Oh, there goes the bottom.
Oh my gosh. There we go, guys. Sorry, I had to get a good grip. That's a fatty right there, though. You guys can see. Just got to let those treble hooks do the work. But I was just throwing shallow there for a few minutes. I made one cast out deep, and you guys can see it. It's probably about 2.5. Beautiful fish. All right, and the way I was working that was just casting out, steady retrieval, and I gave it that slight pop. A couple seconds later, he came up there and just slammed it. Let's get the release. Right. Another way I like to do my retrievals, guys, when the fish are a little bit more aggressive or they're feeding a little bit stronger that day, is, you know, giving it a little bit more pops on the retrieval. You can kind of give it erratic reels, kind of fast and slow it down. You know, speed it up, slow it down is what I'm trying to say. And you know, give it maybe a pause for a second. Just little pops. I mean, you can change it up so much. This bait is so versatile. Doesn't hurt to ever change up your retrievals and see, you know, if you can get more bites, or if you're not getting the bites, just change it up. All right, we made a move. We're going to be trying to cover a little bit closer to the bank over here as well, but we haven't really picked up any pattern. We just had that one bite. We're going to see if we can find any towards the bank, or if we're just going to have to stay out in the deeper waters.
Imagine if this drained down to the drop-off line with grass.
That'd be crazy. Be interesting to see. There we go, guys. There we go. We're on number 2. Brandon was covering the bank, and I just threw out a little deeper.
Roaming the deep.
So they are roaming the deeps. We're just trying to figure out where they might be. You guys can see he just absolutely came up there and smashed it. Trouble's caught both sides of his mouth. You want to be very careful when you grab these. Make sure when you grab that lip, you got a firm grip on it, because you don't want to get hung up on these hooks. Alright guys, there's fish number 2. It's a good pound and a halfer. Good looking fish. But yeah, they're coming out of the deep. And just working that bait the same way I have been. Just giving nice, steady retrieves and giving those pops. Another way that you guys can work this bait when you're working in some deeper water or some bottom that's not so grassy or mucky as this lake is, you know, you can yo-yo it, and that's where you're going about the 9 o'clock position. You're raising that rod tip, putting tension on the bait, lifting it off the bottom, and then as the bait's falling back down, you're going from the 9 o'clock to the 11 and then back down. But when you drop back down, you're taking up the slack in that line. So you're just basically just lifting that bait and letting it fall, lifting it and letting it fall, but you're bringing it back towards you at the same time. And a lot of time, if those fish are sitting there at the bottom and they see it working like that, they'll hit it. We'll try to work a little yo-yo for a little bit. When you're working it in that yo-yo technique, you want to keep an eye on your line. There we go. Brennan's pinned up.
That was a yo-yo.
That was on the yo-yo retrieve, just as we were just talking about. Get this back in. Look at that. That is a massive crappie. There you go, guys. You can see it. Brennan's running lipless as well out here. We were trying a couple different color variations to see what was going to work. And that's a monster crappie, though. Before you put it back in, let me just I'll get a shot of it. Let me see. Alright guys, you can see it. It's a slab of a crappie came up there and just destroyed that crankbait.
Oh, it's gone.
And there he goes.
God, they're so slimy. So slimy.
So you guys can see, multiple different retrieves working out here for us. Yeah, that was a monster.
Might even caught that and ate the life out of
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a good bass. There we go, guys. Oh my God. Guys, that's like a 3-4 pounder.
4 easy.
Maybe 4. Oh man. There we go, guys. Absolute toad. Look at the belly on that fish. Probably get a weight on this fish. I was starting to wonder because he didn't come up. Alright guys, you can see it. Big fish, probably 3-4 pounds. Scales are not working, batteries are dead of course. Big belly. But that lipless crankbait is going to get you those bigger bites as well. Let's get her back in. Small guy came off that tree over there, guys. Found the pattern, they're sitting out deeper, but just wanted to see if there was any fish hanging out up towards the shoreline. There's a lot of structure, so those are good points to be throwing at. You got trees, even if they're just next to the water, a lot of times those bass will hold up. Looking for something to kind of huddle against. go. Alright guys, well we're starting to run out of daylight out here. I wanted to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. We got some good fish out here working that lipless crankbait. I wanted to give you guys as much information as I can on how I like to use it and the gear that I like to use. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. So catch you guys next time, and hopefully you guys get on some more fish. Alright?